What's poppin', crackin', shaking, baby? It's your boy Q.U.E from the award-winning #1 spot, man. Hey, as always, man. Hey, we always have the legends in the building. You know what I'm talking about? Hey, it's definitely an honor and a pleasure, man, to introduce my next guest. I call her the Renaissance woman, man, because she does it all, you feel me? Man, she raps, she sings, she cooks, she acts, she writes, you know what I'm talking about? She's a mother, you know what I'm talking about? Businesswoman, man, just all across the board with it, man. We got the phenomenal RG, what I call her, Richelle Gemini in the building. What's happening?
Hey. That was
Straight up.
a great, like,
Already.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, man. Hey, it's this dude. You feel me?
Yeah.
It is what it is.
I appreciate it.
Well, for the people that may or may not know who you are, give them a small background check. You know, present to some and introduce to others.
Like you said, my name is Richelle Gemini. I started off in poetry in 2008, and poetry took me to music. And then, like you said, I'm a mother, so I ended up stopping for a little bit, 2013, all the way up to 2016, and then came back swinging real hard in the game, 2017.
You feel me?
You know, started back rapping, started back singing, started back doing everything, and then, boom, pandemic happened. Found out, you know, hey, a lot of people want my recipes right now, so let me start cooking for some people, make a nice little cookbook.
All across the board with it.
And then after that, it was, Richelle, you should write a play. And boom, bam, pop. Like, we all started working together so much to the point now where I'm like, nigga, I can take a nap here.
No, for real. Yeah. I'm talking about she work a thing. I mean, every day, man. You know what I'm talking about? But hey, you got to get it in, man. It's like, for real. I just, you know, to give people a small background check just on how I, you know, met you and got a whiff of your energy and stuff was at the H-Town rap battle.
I was battling,
I'm talking about killing it. I think you was the only female on the roster and holding it down, like for real. And that's what I like about your style, like just from even back then, like. You got the H-Town culture, but you educating boys at the same time. You know what I'm talking about throw something in there about the chakras and the planets aligning, and it's like, man, hold up, man.
Treat yourself right, love yourself. Yeah.
No, for real. Now I love that. Well, just out of curiosity, so you say you started out with the poetry.
Yes.
First.
Yes.
So how did that come about? Actually?
So when I was in college, I went to University of North Texas. When I was a freshman, I was very ambitious. I was like, I'm gonna join do this. I was in broadcast journalism. I was the weather girl for Channel 22.
Go ahead on.
And I remember they was just like, freshmen don't make anchor, and I was like, shit, watch me.
So
the
first one, make an example out of y'all.
And then I joined this organization called the Cast, and they were like, we have an event coming up. Who wants to write the monologue? And I'm just like, I'll write the monologue. I raised my hand. And after I did the actual event, people was coming up to me and was like, you the poet. And I'm just like, nah. I was like, that was a monologue. And they was like, nah, that was a poem. And I'm just like, well, I got a whole book of freestyles in my dorm.
At this time, you already had a whole book.
I had a whole book
because
because my cousin used to challenge me. He would be like, get in the car, put on some beats when he was driving me to high school back in Pearland.
Yeah.
And I would be like, no, and he'd be like, Richelle, come on, man, you always know I'm gonna turn on some beats and we gonna rap. Yeah. So I decided instead of being like, I don't want to do it, I'm gonna be prepared. So I started writing them down, and he was just like, okay, you getting really good. Like, what's going on? Like, you getting really good. Yeah. And he was my person that used to give me music all the time because my dad's a pastor, so I didn't get to listen to as much rap music as people are familiar with now. Because people be like, you haven't heard this? I'm like, no, I haven't heard that, but go ahead and inform me. Tell me. I want to hear it. So whenever I did that, it was two guys. And they were just like, Richelle, come with us to an open mic after they heard what I had in my book. Yeah. They wrote me down on the open mic list.
Come on now.
I did not write myself down.
Come on now.
They called my name.
What?
And I was like, my name is not like Brittany or Ashley. My name is Richelle. It's not Rochelle, not Rachel. Right. And I was like, somebody got my name, that's crazy. And they was like, no, that's you. And I was like, oh, no. And then he was just like, don't be scared. And I was like, well, I'm never scared. So I went up there and did it, and I never, ever looked back. I got so obsessed with Def Poetry Jam. I was watching it over and over, and ended up working with a lot of Def Poetry Jam artists, like just manifestation, looking at it so many times.
Yeah.
And thinking like, oh, I want to work with them one day. Oh, I want to work with them one day, and ended up working with them.
Wow.
Yes, and then went to nationals in 2010 to compete in slam. Yeah, for National Slam.
Wow.
And we got 17th in the nation. And
wow.
with the Dallas team.
Live.
I know.
Yeah.
And then I came back, I started getting booked for features for poetry.
Yeah.
And then a producer hit me up and was just like, you really be rapping low key. Do you want to rap?
So how was that transition? Was it like a natural, just like rapping to beats, or did it take a little?
I mean, because I started off rapping with my cousin.
Oh, okay, with the freestyle.
Yeah, it was more like, it was more intentional. And now it's like making the whole song, like what this song about to be about. And poetically, I got to put the songs together, and you know, rapping in the closet. That's how it started.
Yeah, already.
Everybody started rapping in the closet in Denton, Texas.
Straight up.
And after that, we started doing songs that I want to say maybe about a couple of months after me doing a couple of open mics in Dallas. I wasn't opening up for Dero. I opened up for Kirko back in the day, and that was in Austin. That was in Corpus Christi. That was in Dallas. Like I was doing a lot.
Wow.
And then that's when I was just like, oh my God, I'm pregnant.
So it hit you like a ton of bricks.
It did, 2012. I was just like, okay, you're going to have to switch some things up. You can't be rapping on the stage pregnant.
Yeah.
Now you can. Cardi B is
now to change
whatever.
The game with that one. Yeah.
But 2012, they was like, girl, you better be skinny.
Yeah.
And that's it.
So what do you feel, I guess what kept you motivated, I guess, during that time to like, you know, once this period of my life passed, then I'm getting back at it.
I told a lot of people, and I'm pretty impeccable with my word.
Yeah.
I would say that's a rule of thumb. If you're going to be an artist, it's part of the book, The 4 Agreements, to be impeccable with your word. And I told my manager, who I could call up right now, at the apartments I was at, because I had to break it to him that I was pregnant.
Yeah.
And I said, hey, yo, I'm going to be back. I was like, we good.
Huh.
And he's like, no, Richelle, you going to fall into being a mom.
Come on now. Yeah, like the natural, what they feel.
And I was just like, being a mother is what I do because I'm a woman.
Yeah.
I was like, but me as an individual, I am an artist that can't help but make art.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not trying to make art just to be
on
famous.
you, it's in you.
Right.
Yeah.
If making art was like stockbrokering and not that many people had to know me and I could just keep doing art and just stockbroker, I would just do that.
Yeah.
But art is put out there. It's shown. It's written. It's expressed. So because I do it, that's what I live. It's nothing that I could actually stop. Because even when I was pregnant, I was still hosting shows. Especially when I wasn't showing too, I was just like, I'm gonna still do this. Like, it's nothing, I can do it. But
and how are you able to balance that one? Like, cause I do notice like when pretty much everything you're involved in, you bring your sons, which is stuff.
I do.
Yeah.
I was very honest with my sons from a young age. I let them know that your mom is like a genius.
Yeah, already. I'm brilliant, baby.
And they're actually on one of my mixtapes where I say, who the coldest rapper alive? And they go, mommy. And they're inside the mixtape because if you don't have your children understanding who you are,
absolutely, and
you looking out to see who they are,
right?
Because now my son, the other day, AJ was just like, I'm a prodigy. Like I get straight A's. He was just like, I'm the best in my class. I get student of the month. I done been in this play. I done been in this play. He was like, I just got paid to do the hobby center. Like I'm 9 years old.
Come on now.
And I was just like, talk your
that's
shit.
Alive.
You know what I'm saying? So
and you instilling them that like the empowerment and you know believe in yourself and
you must be confident and they know the difference between confident and cocky.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I'd be like, if he'll be like, I got some money. Nobody asked you.
Yeah. Right. Like
you ain't gotta say, you don't have to say all that. Don't have to volunteer information. Right. But when it's time to do what you do it to the tip top.
Yeah.
Show up every time.
That's it.
And be yourself.
Man, that's awesome.
It.
That's awesome.
That's it. But they're very much so. They done been in the studio with me. They done been to shows with me. When I was doing my cooking events, I had different rooms that they'd be in, and then different rooms that I set things up because they try to tell moms, especially single moms,
Yeah.
you got to sacrifice this. You can't do the things that you love to do anymore. You
got
to do the thing. Right. And if somebody is telling you that, I tell people, get away from them.
For real.
It don't matter if you're related to them. It don't matter what. Get away from them as you are creating, because that will depress a creator to hear those type of words. Instead of saying you can't, say, we're going to try to figure out a way where you can do what you know you're supposed to be doing. If this is something deep to you, if this is something real about your passion, we're going to find a way.
It's like recreate the, the will, like the status quo. It's like, I ain't got to go with what you talking about. I'm finna do this over here. Because it's like, a lot of times, they try to instill fear in you. Like, you can't do this, you can't do that. It's like, why can't I?
Who said?
Yeah, for real.
Who said? It's not the easiest, but I'll say it's the most rewarding thing to see you move past the challenges.
I agree.
Because everybody got challenges.
Yeah.
Nobody is not eligible to feel some type of like, oh man, this hurts right now.
Right.
Oh man, this is kind of tight right now. I don't know if I can. Oh man, I don't know.
Yeah, it's
those
natural.
moments.
It's natural. Like you say, the flight or fight kind of response type deal. Yeah,
it happens. So every creative, just know, like, if you know you meant to do it, and do it loud, do it proud.
And that's where the courage comes in. That's what courage is. Doing it even though you're scared or a little fearful.
If you're scared, you in the right place.
Yeah, exactly. Because on the other side of that fear, it's gonna make you stronger. You go through it. You feel me? Nah, for real.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, I'll be bouncing around a little bit, so I'm curious to know, cause I did veganism for probably about a good 4-5 months. And then I was back on like the eggs and the dairy and stuff like that. And then I just kind of went vegetarian. I stopped eating meat altogether for about like a good 5 years.
Yeah.
And then I just recently started dibbling and dabbling back into, like eating chicken and stuff like that. But I want to know, like, what started you on your journey of becoming a vegan?
Well, all of my grandparents, except one that's living, my granddad, he's vegan, and he's 81 and thriving. My grandmas both passed away. One passed away from heart disease, kidney failure, and the other one passed away from cancer. And I was in high school. Well, my other grandma, she passed away, I want to say about right before COVID happened. And then the other one, she passed away during my high school years, and we were really, really close.
Yeah.
So watching them and then watching their sisters also pass away from the same thing, either cancer or heart disease. Yeah. And realizing that my granddad is just like, oh yeah, I'm about to start writing this book, and I'm thinking about doing this. I might go to Spain, I might go do this, and I'm asking him, like, what are you doing right now? And he's just like, oh, I meditate, then I go run a mile, then I do this. Very disciplined in his.
That's alive. And how
81.
Wow.
Very disciplined in his ways. Very cognizant. Ready to listen, but also still ready to learn. Yeah. And you could just see it in his eyes and in his skin, and then it's just like his self. So I remember telling him when I was younger, like, why didn't you make me be vegan? And he was just like, oh, granddaughter, the only thing that has to be spread is a lie. He said, I didn't need to tell you anything. He was like, you said you saw me, and you just saw me. He's like, so I'm not going to interfere with parents teaching, but I'm going to show adults if they want to learn. And I was like, well, you got me. You got me. So,
kids like sponges, like they're gonna pretty much pick up on and mimic what they see. So he's like, I'm gonna lead by example and show you. Yeah.
And he's so nice. He's so like just non-judgmental and just a calm person, like in every moment. It's like, wow, like you develop so much patience over the years. And I've seen older people where they just in bad moods, and it's just like, oh my goodness,
stuff bring them over here,
or they do I won't complain, but they really ready to complain. He don't ever be ready to complain. He be like, did you know that we're going to have a beautiful day tomorrow. It's not going to rain. It's not going to do this. He's like looking
He's
forward.
always optimistic about
always
it.
optimistic.
Yeah.
So it's a beautiful thing.
And he seems probably solution oriented as well.
He's very
He don't be dwelling on the problem and what happened and all that. It's like, how can we fix this?
Right. He's not like, let's just pray about it. He'd be like, well, there's an herb that could da-da-da-da-da-da. Like he finds the solutions that could help with whatever health situation you might feel, or a skin problem or something like that. He's like, well, you know, and the crazy part is when I told him that I gave up meat, I told him I was studying Dr. Sabi first.
Oh, yeah.
And he was just like, I used to work with Sabi all the time. And I was just like, why you didn't tell me nothing? Goodness gracious.
That is something.
And then my granddad, I think his was pancreatic cancer. Which again, all things dealing with what you're putting in your body.
Was it the reverse?
No. This is my dad's.
Okay. Got you.
That's what he had. And I was like, because I only talked about my grandma's, but just seeing them go through that stuff, it's like, ooh, all I got to do is change what I'm putting in my mouth, which makes sense.
Yeah,
because it's science.
Right.
We're a test tube.
That's true.
So if we're putting in a whole bunch of acid,
and that make a lot of sense though. And I don't know, it took me as old as I got to really figure that out, because I got a partner. He been like vegan. Well, I always say about 20 years, but it's probably been maybe 12, 13 years or so. But he always been telling us, you know, to, you know, get along them lines. And like I always used to tease him. I see him eating some black bean chips or something. I'd be like, man, where the Doritos at?
That's funny.
And I used to just tease him all the time. And then one day, man, he had sent us a video. It was a YouTube video. And I watched that video, man. And that's basically what they say. It was like, it wasn't, what he said, diseases weren't inherited. It was like the food choices.
The tradition.
You know what I'm saying?
The tradition of
the
food.
that they instill in us. The ham hocks and, you know, all that stuff.
Right.
So I was like, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then that's kind of how, you know, I started on that journey and stuff like that. But
I told doctors that.
Yeah.
Whenever I was going to the doctor that heavily. Now I just, you know how Erykah Badu said, she said, water is her doctor, the sun is her doctor.
Come on now.
And it's so true.
Straight up.
Like you can start feeling a certain way and it's just like, oh, I already know I need to maybe updo my water, put some limes in it, put some key limes in it, do a little apple cider vinegar, do a little this, do a cleanse, do something. It'll your body will be like, you're a little slow right now.
Yeah.
Because even being vegan, I try to tell people, you know, I still drink alcohol, but I stopped in different areas of my life. I'd be like, I got a lot of things that I'm trying to accomplish right now.
Moderation.
Moderation. But even it's hard to do moderation with poison because it's still poison.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
But that's why I'm very honest with myself.
Right.
I'm still like, one day, you know, I still got work to do. I'm gonna give up alcohol one day. I don't know when that day is, but I'm very patient with myself because again, my first taste of beer was at 4. Yeah. So
that's same,
it's a discipline thing. I had to literally keep watching videos of why meat was wrong. Yeah. That's what changed my brain.
Too.
I had to.
Too.
I'm gonna watch like 3 videos a day, even if I don't feel like watching it. It's like
stuff.
What?
Yeah.
It's a reprogram of it because of course I could smell something and be like, I've smelled this all my life, so of course this smells good.
Right.
But when I watch the video again, I'm like, okay, that was a habit. Yeah. And once you break certain habits, you just be like, all right, I'm good on that. Okay, I'm good on that. Cheese was the hardest.
Yeah, Yeah.
Cheese
Still
was the
to
hardest.
this day.
I can tell you today, my last time eating cheese was 2019.
Yeah. Man,
that was my last time.
Man, congratulations.
But I gave up meat 2016.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah. Wow, you started before me. I had stopped eating meat in like 17.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I met a raw vegan, and he said, Richelle, they say that we're close to monkeys. Mm-hmm. And like, apes. He was just like,
or whatever they call it, but we don't eat like supposed to eat.
He said, but if monkeys and apes ever heard that somebody said that we was close to them, they would be like, oh no. They don't even eat right.
Come on now.
They don't even take care of their kids properly.
Now. Come on.
They don't even stay in the sun like they supposed to. They don't even do that.
Come on.
And when I heard that, I was just like, okay. He was just like, Richelle, when a tiger goes out to look for meat, it's probably gonna be one of the animals in the herd that's sick. and he smells it. So he's like, oh, they're perfect. It's time to get them.
Wow.
So gets that animal. He was just like, and when now, the other animals that are frugivores, herbivores, when they smell that the sun has cooked the food to the proper temperature, it's time to get it off the tree. He was just like, we just keep having the own choices to make our own bad decisions.
Right.
He was just like, but we're just like them. He said we should be picking off fruit off trees. It's
like
it grows for free.
Yeah.
And I'm over here like,
that makes a lot of sense.
Right. He make me feel
but
crazy.
It's like, but bacon though, and
right, bacon. That was one of mine. Like that was the only piece of pork that I used to eat too, and I used to be like, how am I gonna give a bacon? That and boudin. I was just
me too.
It was hard, but now
it's a process,
there's so many
though,
things now where you can really mimic those things.
Right,
too.
absolutely.
It's so many ways now that I would have never imagined 2016. Now I could go to Soul Food Vegan.
Yeah, right. Come on now. Yeah, come on now.
Or Green
We're
Seed.
growing in that aspect here.
We've grown a lot.
Yeah.
Yes, in Texas in general. Like we in the South.
Yeah.
Barbecue. Like,
right. That's all. Yeah.
And you can go get vegan barbecue if you really want to.
Exactly.
So
I'll be hitting them up too.
Okay. Okay.
Nah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Hey, if y'all did not know, man, we are in the building with Richelle Gemini. We got waiting on the plug, but we're gonna get into that one in a little bit. But just talk to us a little bit about a couple of movies that you featured in.
So the director Ace Henrovy, that's what he goes by on Instagram, but his name's Henrovy. I call him Henry. He met me in 2017, saw me rapping, was just like, I'm invested.
Yeah.
What can I do? Not even knowing that this dude has worked on several movies as far as like The Lord of the Rings. He worked on The Hobbit. He didn't worked on Imagine Dragons, the band, the group.
Oh yeah. Oh, they have some dope videos.
Yes, he's worked on so many things, but again, he's a humble one too. And he was just like, Richelle, I believe in your story. He was like, what do you want to film? What do you want to do? So back when I released my album, Survival Mode, actually it's an EP, Survival Mode, it was just easy to work with him. And he always just kept, open door to work with me. Even though being a single mom, I don't have that budget to be working with all them cameras like that.
Right.
But he understood my ideas. And I always appreciate people that understand the ideas.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then now me and him have kept that friendship. Building relationships is a real thing. Like, I don't think there could be a book. I don't think there could be a lesson. It's something that has to be inside of you that can make genuine connections with people.
That's true.
It's something you got to do inside yourself.
Yeah. That's true.
So now let's go back to last year when I'm over here like, I'm writing this play, I'm doing this, that, and the third. And he's like, yeah, that sounds good. Whatever you need help in, I have a role for you. And I was just like, okay. So I look at the role and I'm just like, secret obsession. You want me to play a wife and this, that, and the third. And I had never heard of Q.U.E.
Yeah.
And I started realizing that a whole bunch of black independent creators were going and putting their movies on Q.U.E.
Yep.
So it came out in October. It was done really well. And once October happened and came out, that's when we was doing the play.
Right.
So I'm over here just like, can I Tyler Perry it?
Yeah.
And while we're getting stuff together, he's also filming another movie called Berlin 46 that's going to be coming out in September.
Right, that's awesome.
And I play an investor in that movie. And Secret Obsession, I played a wife, and my husband cheats on me with a crazy girl. And then
Obsession 3.0.
Yes. For real. And then what else? Oh, my poetry special. So we just filmed that in May.
Yeah.
And since now I know a little more about distribution with film and everything, I feel like it's time for poets to start being paid like comedians.
No, I agree.
If you have the charisma, if you have the star inside of you, I think they should be paid just like that.
I agree.
And you have to create it yourself first. So I appreciate Jay Ivy for fighting for the spoken word artists to have a category in the Grammys. I'm part of the Texas Grammy chapter.
That's live.
They inducted me in 2021 in the Texas.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Dope.
So now I am doing my best to push forward in the spoken word category. So I told myself, spoken word live album, conversation with a Gemini, but also let's film it and make it a special and put it out there. And I'm all
that mug live too. I seen a sneak peek of it, man. She killing it on there.
Thank you. So that's the next thing that'll be coming out as well.
Man, that's
and it's very full circle because poetry is my first thing.
Yeah.
So it's so beautiful to find a way to merge what I've learned,
put it all together,
and now see how much more it can elevate.
Yeah.
So
that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I just want to ask you real quick though. Like, how was that transition, I guess, transitioning into acting? Was it something that just came natural to you, or?
Well, I told you my dad's a pastor, so I was in a lot of church plays first. And then when I went to college, I told you I was very ambitious.
Yeah.
And the first thing I joined was the CAST, which was an acting organization.
Gotcha.
Because UNT didn't offer a lot of black roles. So we made our own.
Gotcha.
And I ended up doing 2 plays while I was in college as well.
Gotcha.
And then with the broadcast journalism, it was, this is how you speak on camera. This is how you do this.
Gotcha.
My parents are very attentive to what they saw that I was good at. So I was in modeling classes when I was young. I was in pageants.
So
they would groom me the whole, but groom me the correct way, I guess. So in that space. So now everything just feels like, oh, look at that all coming together now. So yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome, man. Being able to utilize all your talents, though, that's a good, I got
to make sure my parents' investment do good.
Yeah, absolutely.
'Cause my mom, I knew it. Look, I remember telling my mom too when I was pregnant. She was just like, you had so many things you were gonna do, and da 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 da. And I looked at her, I said, my story not over.
Oh, it ain't over already.
And I'm glad we can now look at each other in these chapters and be like, did you just see me on Fox 26?
Yeah, ha.
Maybe not doing the weather, but I was talking about my stuff, So.
Absolutely. Was there a little like edgy early on?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because not only, I feel like as a true artist, you can't just, put on a character for the audience. Yeah. I have to be honest to the people that's close to me, and I have to be honest on stage. So I did let my parents know, I'm more spiritual. You're not going to hear me talk about thank you, Jesus, or, thank you, this, or, I believe in the Creator. I don't believe that Buddhists are wrong. I don't believe Muslims are wrong. I don't believe Catholics are wrong. I don't believe Pentecostals are wrong. Right. People are people, and what you use to keep your peace and give thanks to the Creator and show love to other people, that's your business.
That's it. Straight up.
It's your business.
Straight up.
And I respect everybody. Yeah. And that's my religion. I respect everybody. Until you show me different.
Already.
Until you show me different.
Man, talk to the hand. Okay. I'm going over here.
Yeah. I still respect you, but from way over here.
Way over here. Yeah.
Way over there.
Man, straight up, man. Hey, if y'all just not tuning in, man, we are in the building with the one and only Richelle Gemini right now. Man, hey, I be bouncing around, but we gonna keep moving forward. I'll get back to that.
That's how we communicate.
I'm actually curious though. Just getting back to your your cooking and things of that nature. Like, what's your favorite dish to cook right now?
My favorite dish to cook. Oh, that's a good one. Because right now, so I was saying I'm going into a raw diet for a little bit. Yeah. So I like to call it a live it, because I remember Kanye saying that he was like a live it because you're not dying to diet, live it. Right. So I'm doing a raw live it for a little bit, and my favorite thing that I've been, I want to say, what was it? Preparing. That's what the raw. You prepare, you don't cook.
There you
go. I was like, all right. So it's this kale dress. It's this dressing. It's the tzatziki kale, and I use sun-dried tomatoes, onions, garlic, jalapenos. I use liquid amino, olive oil, and what else do I put up in there? And I blend all of that up. and it becomes like a salad dressing. I put it all over my kale.
Yeah.
And I take seaweed wrap and I wrap it in seaweed. And I put avocado in there and a little bit of celery for a crunch. It's refreshing.
Hitting.
It's spicy yet refreshing.
Yeah.
Because the jalapeno give it a little kick.
Yeah.
But it's just like, and it fills you
Sounds
up.
good, too.
It what?
Sounds really good.
I'm gonna make some for y'all.
Yeah,
it's really good.
Oh, man, hold up, man.
It's so good. Now I'm thinking about it. I'm mad.
Appreciate that one too. Is that in your cookbook?
That one's not in my cookbook. I just found. Yeah.
Are you thinking about creating a raw?
I could.
A raw livid
I
book?
would. Yeah, a raw livid book. Yeah. So that one was called. That one is on Amazon still. It's called "As for Me and My House, We Will Serve Veggies."
Man, that's the coldest song too. You got, man. Hold on, man. You killed that one.
Thank you.
I think we was at Lions Den or somewhere where you had performed that one. I was like, oh,
you
come
just
on
got
now.
served, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, like don't
As for me and my
ask me.
house. Yeah.
I love that. I love
Thank
that.
you. That one's gonna be on the special.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, dope.
I actually say it in the. I say the poem that's inside.
And that's
of
the
there
one
on
you
there.
got your kids on that one also, right?
No, I don't have my kids on there.
Oh, they're on the
talk.
cover. They're on the cover.
They're on the
yeah,
cover.
The cover. Yeah, that's right.
They're on the cover.
That's right.
Yep, they're on there. And I do have music coming out very soon.
Yeah.
I have an EP that I have named Consistency. And I tell people that's the secret ingredient. If you know yourself and you're doing well.
You are the epitome of that one.
Come on. I appreciate it.
Real.
I appreciate it. I really do.
Speaking of consistency.
Yeah.
Waiting on the plug.
A gram.
A gram.
Come on now.
And the first and only can of opera, man.
The first and only.
Killing the game right now.
Come on now.
So I kind of know how everything came about.
Right.
You know, linking up with Pirate Fame Visuals.
Yeah,
you know
shout out to Pirate Fame Visuals.
And bringing everything to life. But just give us an origin on it when it comes to the weed hymns and all that and how everything.
So in 2020, everything just stopped out of nowhere. But right before...
Stay in your house.
Right, stay in your house. But like around February, my cousin Taylor, she sent me Duran Bernard singing Smoke, but it was Thump. Yeah, lately I've been looking for some weed that really. So he flipped it.
Got you.
And so as a joke, I started sending her the emoji text messages of like your animated face of new like weed hymns that I would just keep coming up with in my head. And I think about when I got to the 10th one, she was like, "I think you got an album." And I was just like,
"Come on now."
Wait. Okay, yeah. So I started thinking about it like this would be hilarious. Like I just want to make some people laugh. Like I know I make people think a lot, and I come off sometimes to people like, oh, we about to get real deep and this and that, and I don't even mean to go deep. I just be talking,
right.
And then people be like, damn, that was deep, and I'm like, that is. All right. Okay, I didn't know. I thought I was just talking.
Right.
But yeah, sometimes I don't think people know until they meet me. They be like, "Oh man, you are so funny."
Right.
Like when people actually start talking to me, and I'm like, "Dang, do I not look like I'm funny as fuck? Like what's going on?" So anyway, it's March 2020, and everything's closed, and I hit up Sugar Hill. And I was just like, they really mess with me. They probably open a little bit. Yeah. And then I hit him up, and he was just like, "I'm open for you."
Yeah.
And I was just like, all right, bet. I was like, it's just gonna be me and like my brother and just a couple of people because like they're singing too. He was like, it's all good. Yeah. So we get in there and shout out to Kid Silver. He the one that engineered it, and we just, got us some nice old green and had a good old time and did all the weed hymns.
And y'all did all of them
all of them.
Oh, wow. That makes sense,
in about 3 or 4 hours. I think it took about 3 or 4 hours, and we was out of there. I stay on schedule when I get in there. Yeah. I be like, because I made them practice before we went because my brother was quarantining.
Got you.
And I was like, I ain't got nothing to do. Read these lyrics.
Yeah, learn these words so we get in there, we can.
Yeah. Sing the song, anime. So now, push forward 2022, Pirates hitting me up like, what you gonna do with these weed hymns? I'm like, we could do some visuals. And he was like, I think you should write a play. And I'm like, you think I can write a play? I was like, let me see. I was like, give me like
Pushed
3
the
weeks.
envelope on that one.
He did. He pushed the envelope. Give me like 3 weeks. And then I want to say in 2 weeks, I hit him up and I said, I wrote the script. And it was done. And I was just like, now I got to see who gonna play in it.
Yeah.
And then mostly everybody that I asked, they were like, yeah, I'm down, yeah, I'm down, yeah, I'm down. It was probably just a couple of few that was like, Richelle, I'm not gonna be able to, do these rehearsals and do this.
Yeah.
Which I respect, I understand totally, because you didn't know where it was about to go.
Right.
I knew where it was about to go.
Already.
Everybody can have thoughts, but everybody can't see the vision.
That's right. That's right.
So it's okay.
Yeah.
It's a GPS that I couldn't take out my head to show you. You just kind of gotta trust me.
That's
so.
it.
Grateful that all the I reached out to artists that I've just known for a while, and I was just like, you like what you're doing? I like what you're doing, but do you think we can all put something together and maybe more people will see us? Like a weed of Wu-Tang of weed.
Come on now.
So,
and it seems like you picked like the perfect people too for each song too. Like,
well, Victoria asked for her song.
Yeah.
Some people asked. Some people was like, I'm gonna do. I got you. I let the artists still be artists within my artistry. That's the best way I could say it. I'm gonna be like, I trust you doing what you do.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be like, that's like me being over Pirate Head. Like, nah, move the camera right here. Nah, move the camera right here. Nah, do this, do this. I'm not that particular.
Right.
I would not choose you if I didn't think you could do what you do.
Yeah, what you do. Absolutely.
So the only person that I did not choose was Blues. And shout out to my brother
he killed it too.
No, my brother.
Your brother.
For quitting on us a week and a half before the first play. And it turned out to be great though, because Blues is awesome. Great. Blues got told to me by MC Kodak. That's what he goes by.
Oh, okay.
And because I was going to ask Kodak to be a part of it as well.
Yeah.
And then Kodak was just like, girl, I work on this day and I want to do it because I really fuck with you. But I was like, totally understand. Then he sent me Blues. And then Blues was just like, I don't know. And then he read it, and then he was just like, I fucks with this. Yeah. And I was just like, cool. So he trusted me and didn't even know me, and I really appreciate that too, because not only he trusted me, but his mom that came to the shows, his family that came to the show, they love the show, so... it's a beautiful thing.
I appreciate you for the cameo.
Come on now, Deacon Doobie. Look, I appreciate you.
I wasn't even expecting it, but I was like, man,
you are a talent. You are a talent. You are a character, a personality, and it's just like, it beams out. You're a light, and I really hope you, like, really, besides my stuff, like, go for it. Like, you should have motherfucking your headshots, your this, your that. Get your voice out there, because you have you have a character voice, and you're able to tap into the character without even trying. Yeah. So. Oh yeah, I gotta go and get that one done, man. RG. Or I'm gonna just have to keep writing more stuff so he'll just do mine.
That'll work too, though. But now I'm gonna take that in consideration.
Please do.
No, for sure. I appreciate that.
It's not many people I do see that I'll be watching people like. They should probably be an accountant. Yeah. You're wasting time on the stage right now, my love. What are you doing with yourself? Because I host so many shows, and I'll just be like, coming to the stage. Yeah. And then I'll see them, I'll be like, did you know that engineering and data analysis is a choice out there? You could be making money doing this right now.
That
6 weeks
is hilarious.
Course.
That is hilarious.
For real.
Nah, that is true though. It's like, it's one of those deals.
Yeah.
And speaking of hosting.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the Renaissance woman. Yeah. You also do hosting as well.
I do hosting. South by Southwest, I did OG Ron C's show. I did Michael Watts show, Shop Stars and Friends. And I did my own shows as well. Yeah. We also had the play out there, South by Southwest. As well. Killing it. Stop playing with us.
Killing it.
And we got so many more things to go. We're working on another live show for September. We're working on sponsors. So if anybody is looking for a sponsor, like for real sponsors, like we talking about monetary sponsors. Come through and hit me up. And then waiting on the plug into a movie.
Yeah. Ooh, gonna be live.
And a TV series live. As well.
And a TV series.
Yes, it's a lot of things, but at the same time, it's like, that's also why I'm going on the fruit fast. So I'm like, it's almost like when Mario hit the mushroom. Yeah. And when he hit that mushroom, he like, do.
Yeah.
And I feel like when I do these fasts, when I do certain things that I know I can control within myself.
Yeah.
I
those,
do.
those ideas and everything.
All of it start coming out.
Yeah.
And what I do, you always have to have your why. And my why is so many people around me believe in me, and so many people around me want to work with me.
Yeah.
I want to be like, yes, we're all going up. Yes, we're all moving up.
Absolutely.
And I've always thought that. Like that's just always been my thought process. And I'm so grateful for the people that's growing around me, because baby, it's been a year.
Yeah.
It's been a whole year I haven't had no job.
Come on now.
But I've been having jobs.
Ooh, gotta put the applause in there. Congratulations.
It's been since March of last year, and I was like, I know I'm cold, but now I gotta really be cold. Like, some people be like, back in the day, be like, man, I was cold. Like, no, you gotta be cold every day.
Already now.
Let's go.
So what brought you to that conclusion where I was like, I'm gonna fire my job and do
I got terminated. Yeah.
Interesting.
I did. I applied for jobs. Every time I would apply for a job, I got booked for something else.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, this is really what I want to do, so let me do this. So I done voiceover work. I've done brands like Facebook. I've done brands for the TSA.
Yeah.
I'm on one of their commercials. I've also worked for the Ensemble Theater. I'm still working with them. I helped rewrite Jack and the Beanstalk play into a hip hop play. So Jack and the Beanstalk, the hip hop edition. I'm the rapping mother.
Come on now.
And then Jack is rapping and the Giants rapping. We did that all throughout March, all the way to the end of June. We were just back-to-back shows, and we start again in September. So I have been going in on leaning forward. And I've been teaching children. I've been teaching these children poetry and public speaking, and just to be confident in front of an audience. Because it's a lot of kids that are so insecure, they turn it into anger. Yeah. Or they turn it into, embarrassment, or they turn it into something else, and it's just like, no, love. You okay? Be yourself.
Yeah, you good.
You are more than enough.
Straight up.
And I tell my children that, but once you start teaching, you realize how many children don't get told that.
Right, absolutely.
On a consistent basis. And you have to program your children. They're like little computers.
That is true.
If you tell my son you're not good at acting, he gonna be like,
because he already knows.
Matter of fact, he about to play the dozens with you. He gonna be like, you're not good at walking. Yeah. Like he's so confident. He already knows it's a joke.
Right.
So don't play.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not gonna be like, oh my God, I'm not good at this. Like, no, we don't do that.
You already. It's here already.
Yeah. So I'm definitely looking forward to doing more of that. I love working with the children, because my mom was such a fun mom. Yeah. Like, she's still a fun mom, but she's going through her health stuff right now, so she can't do as much fun things. Yeah. She would be the auntie, Auntie Angela here, she got snacks, and she probably got Connect 4, and she got Uno. And she was ready to play. Yeah. She was ready to do a science experiment that she found out. I knew the bones before I knew that this was a shoulder. I was like, this is my clavicle. This is my, come on. I knew all of that stuff before, and my mom should be like, this is your patella. This is your, and I'd be like, okay. But now as I'm grown up, I realize how many children don't even know.
That's true. That's true. Most kids are probably raised by, the internet and TV.
They are getting raised by the internet and TV. And that's a whole nother thing right there. Yeah. But I tell people, you could use the internet as a tool or as a fool.
That's true.
And I consciously tell my children, I'll be like, all right, don't get too caught up in this. Yeah. Because this right here is just a quick distraction.
That's right.
You still going to have to do something else. You're going to have to go do something productive. Go get in the sun.
Go ABCs or something.
Yeah,
that's
they
what
know
I
the
tell my grandkids.
They be on Chinese.
Yeah. No. Oh, dope.
Yes,
learning languages.
Learning languages. Yeah. They have so many free lessons on YouTube. Yeah. I'll be like, before you can watch your YouTube, you got to go watch this.
That's it.
If you watch this for an hour, then you can go watch what you want, then go outside. Then do this. Yeah. You have to still keep the children on some type of schedule. Yeah. Because
absolutely,
you can't say they can't have it. No, they can't do this.
Right.
That's like me telling my that. So with veganism, people always like, how did you make your kids become vegan? Well, I started to learn This is what children like. Oh, y'all like a Happy Meal in a bag with a toy? Let's go get a toy. Let me make you a Happy Meal at home.
Come on.
What kind of toy they got at McDonald's? I could buy that.
Come on.
I'm going to go buy the toy. And then let's go home and eat a good meal.
That's brilliant.
And then we also watch the documentaries together. Like, what's that McDonald's one? Super Size Me?
Yeah. I love that documentary.
After they saw that, they was like, why would he do that to himself? I was just like, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love that documentary.
Me too.
Yeah. I had watched one, I think it was called Farm to Fridge too. Have you seen that one? It's called Farm to Fridge.
Have you watched Dominion?
No, I haven't seen
That's
that
what
one.
made my oldest give up me, because he was sneaking it with my dad, and I really didn't like that my parents wasn't fully on it with me. Like I would be like, I don't know how I'm gonna be as a grandparent, but I would like to be open to what my child is doing, especially if I know I'm not making them a candy-tarian.
Right.
Like I'm trying to help them out.
Yeah.
Trying to help out the next branch of our family.
Right, absolutely.
And Lincoln came home and we watched Dominion, and he saw how the animals was getting treated. It talks about how you have, the Bible says we have dominion over the animals.
Oh, okay, right.
So that's why it's called that. And it showed how we have been having dominion over animals.
It's a documentary?
It's a documentary.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to have to check that
It's very deep. And it touched his soul because Lincoln loved animals.
Yeah.
So some children, they'll understand health. Some children, they'll understand the love of watching a being or whatever. Like, would you go out there with this hatchet right now and kill this animal?
Yeah.
Or do you want him to be your friend?
Yeah.
And he's like, I want them all to be my friend.
Huh.
So, that's for any
now,
parent.
that's how you do it,
that's
though.
It's different ways, though.
Yeah.
Because my other son believed me.
Yeah.
He was just like, okay, Mom, if you say it's right. And I'm always like, no, don't do it, because I say, let's look it up. I'm like curious. Stay curious.
So
please.
how you can feel it within yourself why you don't feel that it's right. Yeah,
that personal relationship.
Or do their own research or whatever, or show them, like you say,
That's it.
Nah, that's brilliant though. I love that.
Thank you.
Shoot, you got anything else we should know before we get up out of here?
I do have a song out with my son that just came out called Curiosity.
Awesome.
It's with Uncle Jumbo. That's his name, Uncle Jumbo.
That's his name, Uncle Jumbo.
Yeah, it's called Taste. I think it's called Taste the Clouds, the album.
Yeah.
But on the album, me and my son is on there. It just came out about 2 weeks ago. It's called Curiosity. And it's like, curiosity, you gotta flex it. Don't ever be ashamed to ask the question. Yeah, so like
it's on Spotify?
It's on everything.
Oh, yeah?
Apple, Spotify.
I'm gonna put my little grandkids on that.
Yeah.
On that. Yeah.
Put your grandkids.
Yeah,
on
put
it.
my grandkids.
They like
on
it.
that
It's a
one,
smooth
man.
one, because some of them children's songs be corny.
Yeah.
But they making some good ones now. Like Ivan Gracie Corner and all that stuff.
Put some
soul.
Yeah, I was gonna say some rhythm
and
some soul into it. Nah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Man, you do, man, so many things.
I do.
That's
every day.
And you do
different.
it. You do it effortlessly as
thank
well.
you.
Like you just, you know.
It's just a different way to express art.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's different doors. I'll be like, what door do I want to go in today?
Yeah.
So, or what door is calling me today and opening up? Because I'll be like, what? What would you like me to do in there? I can do that. So.
That is hilarious. I appreciate you taking out your time.
Come on
RG, man.
Come on now.
Sitting down with the #1 spot, making the #1 spot even hotter.
Let's go.
You feel me? You got any any last minute shout outs or anything you want to put out there?
Shout out to the sun. Shout out to the moon. Shout out to the trees.
Already.
Shout out to the things that grow from the trees. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my children. Shout out to everybody that's in Waiting on the Plug, because this has took a nice amount of time to see it to come to here, and it's doing so well right now.
Yeah,
but the patience,
gotta have patience
is a gift from everybody that's been patient with me, and everybody that I have worked with, and I've gained patience too.
Yeah. So
I'm very appreciative of the patience. Shout out to the patience.
Already shout out to the patience.
Yeah.
Straight up, man. It's definitely a virtue.
Yeah. It's so many people that I'm grateful for. Everybody that I've come into contact with, really.
Yeah.
To make me who I am right now and where I am now. I'm super grateful, man. Like, I don't know what else to say.
I got you. Now, I have one more question I almost forgot. I ask, I try to ask everybody this question because I get some interesting answers. Considering everything that you've learned, growing and continuing to learn, what would you tell a younger Richelle Gemini? Take your time, no hurry.
Ask for help.
Man, I love that.
Stop being scared.
Yeah.
Ask for help.
I love that.
Definitely, I've gone through situations where I think even now to this day, I'll get a sense of like PTSD of just trying to be like, hey, I'm going through this. Can I ask you for help? And it like I'll freak out before I have to ask.
Yeah.
And one side of it works because I still get the thing done anyway.
Yeah.
Or something still gets accomplished.
Right.
But the other side of me is like, you didn't even have to go through that probably. You could have talked up or spoke up.
Yeah. At least they can help, if not necessarily help you physically do it, but they can help you through the mental process of it, at least.
Right. That part.
And I know. I ain't gonna lie. I need to work on that. I ain't gonna lie. I'm a DIY kid.
Yeah.
And it's just I don't think I probably plan or intend to do it like purposely, but I just over time I've just kind of grown into it just from trial and error. Of trying to get people to help you do stuff or whatever happens.
And it builds up.
And I'd be like, man, I just do it myself,
Right.
And that's not always the the best way to do things.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, you helped me with that answer, though. I'm gonna take that into consideration as well, man, and
try
to, you know what I'm saying?
And the crazy part is, I can say this right now and be like, nah, I got it.
Right.
I'll be trying. I'm done, but me saying it over and over, it's like, and I started writing a song about it and everything because I was just like, it's something that I need to release. It's something that I really need to work on because it's coming to the point where it's just like, okay, can I ask you to answer the phone calls for people and you do my management stuff? Because I've had a manager.
Right.
To the point where I was just like, it's probably not going to work out. And now I'm like, I don't know who.
Right.
I don't know. But you still got to do it.
Yeah.
You can't be afraid
You got to reach out to people and ask for help. That is so true. And a lot of times what I feel it is too, just from my experience, people probably are willing to help you. But like you just said, you gotta let them know what you need them to do. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
I mean, it's easy to just say, man, I need you to do this and just leave it at that. But you got to give them the detail. You know what? I need you to make phone calls. I need you to do this. I need you to, you know what I'm saying? And kind of take them through the process so they kind of have an idea of what it is exactly that you need done. Exactly. And then they probably can,
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
So,
you're right.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense though. But I appreciate you, RG. Man, I love this. I think it's one of the best interviews that I've had, man.
Tomorrow better interviews.
The tomorrow better interviews, baby. You feel me? Well, we signing out. Oh, before we go, take us into
the other video.
Yeah.
Okay. So this video right here was also shot with Pirate Fame Visuals. Shout out to him because the reason that I told y'all that I even got to this point was I said yes to the doors that opened to me. I was ready to follow my signs. I was ready to do what I needed to do. Yeah. So this song right here is called Follow the Instructions.
Follow the instructions, baby. Hey, right here on the number one spot, baby. Hey, if you ain't at the number one spot, you're number two. And nobody remembers number two. Remember that, baby. And we out of here. Yeah.